So we're going to be talking about Alg 2 review questions regarding logarithms. So let's look at the first one first. Whenever we have the addition in logarithm, it means it's multiplication. So here we can rewrite this one as log of 15x, because with when two logs are added, the values are being multiplied. That's equal to log of 90. And as you can see, here 15x must be equal to 90 by the same structure. So here we have 15x is equal to 90. When you divide each side by 15, then you'll realize that x must be equal to 6. Alright, the same way, when you look into this one, this becomes ln of x divided by 24 must be equal to ln of 8. That means here we have x over 24 should be equal to 8. Then here x must be equal to, by cross multiplying, we'll realize that 8 times 24 would have been our answer. I believe it is 192. Alright, let's move on to the next slide. Here we have similar question as before. Once again, when we have two logarithms that have been added together, all we have to do is we have to multiply the values inside. So log of x times x minus 1 must be equal to log of 12. That means here we have x times x minus 1 must be equal to 12. And when you multiply this one, we end up getting x squared minus x. And by subtracting 12 from both sides, then we will have the simple quadratic equation. And once you factor this one out, we end up getting x minus 4 x plus 3 is equal to 0. Then we get to realize x must be equal to 4 or negative 3. Here we have number 16. In this case, this is rather similar, but we need to find the x up to the nearest hundredth. That means we are allowed to use calculator. So what I'm going to do is this. We can do this one using the calculator as they are, or we can calculate a bit farther along the road and put the last value into the calculator. So for example, let's try to do this one in the first method. Alright, so if you have calculator, you can take it out, and let's try to look at this one together. So here, y equals, I'm going to just clear everything that I had before, log of x, so log of x plus log of x plus 2. Now, we can put the left side as a y sub 1 per center, and then right side log of 3 as the y sub 2, and all we have to do is simply graph it. It seems like they're intersecting around here, so why don't we just zoom in a little bit to see a bit better. Alright, so we get to see this seems to be the intersection, so second, calc, intersect, which is number 5. Yes, that's the first curve, and that's the second curve. Oh. That's the first curve, and that's the second curve. Yes, yes. 10. There it goes. We end up getting x equals 1. In fact, In this case, you end up getting the 1 as the value exactly. Now, to the nearest hundredth, so I guess what we can say is in this particular question, we can write it as 1, comma, 0, 0. Now, if you have to do this one by hand, usually when they say to the nearest hundredth, that means the value will not be as nice as this one. So therefore, we have to get the quadratic formula or things like that. But we'll just set it up right now. See what would have happened. Here we have log of x times x plus 2 is equal to log of 3. In other words, x times x plus 2 will be equal to 3. That means when we have x squared minus 2x minus 3 will be equal to 0. And here we have x minus 3 oh, sorry, this is plus, that means x plus 3 and x minus 1. And x will be equal to negative 3 or 1. But negative 3 will not be satisfied for these two because logarithm can only take positive numbers. So hence, this will be rejected. One way or the other, we end up getting the same answer. Alright, so log of 5 is equal to a, log of 3 is equal to b, and then we need to figure out expressing this one in terms of a and b. So let's try to look into this one first. Here we have then log of 25, and multiplication means addition, log of square root of 3, and division means subtraction, so log of 9. Now, as a first layer, that's okay. Now, second, since log of 25 is log of 5 squared, and then this one is log of 3 to the 1/2 power as an exponent, minus log of 3 squared. Now, using the power of all the exponents can come to the front, so we have 2 log of 5 plus 1/2 log of 3 minus 2 log of 3. That means here log of 5 is equal to a, so we have 2a plus 3 over 2 minus 2b. In other words, when you simplify this one further, then we end up getting 2a and then plus, oops, not plus, minus 3b over 2 when you combine these two things together. Alright, now let's look at the next question. We want to solve for the given variable, because here for the first one, we get, if you have to write this one in exponential form, we get b to the 3 over 2 power is equal to 27. That means to find out what b is, we have to raise each side by the reciprocal of their exponents. So we have to raise by 2/3 power. Then b must be equal to cube root of 27 entire thing squared. And cube root of 27 is equal to 3, so we end up getting 3 squared, which our final answer is to now 9. In the same way, here we have b to the negative 2 power is equal to 16. Then raising each side by 1 over negative 2. then b becomes here negative, so therefore we're going to have reciprocal of 16, and then 1/2 power is the square root of 16, therefore we end up getting 1/4. Write a in terms of x and y. Once again, here we have addition of the logarithm is the multiplication. So we have log of a is equal to log of x times y. That means a is equal to xy. Now, this is equal to log of a is equal to 2 times log of x over y, because subtraction implies the division of the values, and then using the reverse of the power rule, we end up getting log of a is equal to log of x over y typed in square. Then we get to realize that a must be equal to x over y squared. Now, this is a word problem, which is very important for us to look at. So let's look into this one. In 2000, so we started with 50 rabbits here. And then the number of rabbits was increasing at the rate of 8% per year. Okay. Now, continues to increase at the rate. In what year will there be 3 times the number of rabbits? That is 150 rabbits. Okay, that's good. But what they want us to do is they want us to use this expression. That means we have 150 has 3 equal 2. Here, original, which is 50, and e to the k is the annual rate, which was 8%, so we're going to write it as 0.08. And n is the number of years, so which we do not know, we're just going to put it in this way. And first what we can do is this, not multiplying these two, but rather dividing by 50. Then we get to realize that 3 is equal to e to the 0.08. Now, here, if you have to rewrite this one, we can take the logarithm of, or natural logarithm of both sides, because base is e here, 0.08n. Then we get to use the power rule here. ln of 3 is equal to 0.08 times ln of e. So ln of e, as we realized, is equal to 1, so we can just cancel that out. Then n, finally, by dividing each side by 0.08, we will end up having ln of 3 divided by 0.08. That becomes our answer. Even though that is our answer, if you were to look at the value, it would have been something like this. ln of 3, oops, let me go break it up on the screen. ln of 3 divided by 0.08. So, since that's about 13.73 years, that means we need to, this needs about 14 years. It takes about 14 years, so therefore it's going to be year 2014. That's when we're going to have this many number of rabbits. Alright, so let's look at the next question here. Invested 2,000 and then rate of 6%. How old would Toby be when investing at his $5,000? So here we have, if you're to use the same strategy, 5,000. Now, if I look at the previous question, they asked us to use this one. But here, what we like to do is this. Since we don't know if it should continue or growth or not, so what we like to do is we're going to simply use a sub final amount is equal to initial amount times 1 plus r over n and nt. We will use this formula to figure it out in this case. Now, then here 5,000 is equal to 2,000 times 1 plus 0.06, and it didn't say about how many times it will be compounded, so we're just going to put down 1, and we're just going to write down the final answer here, t, which we like to find out. Same procedure here, we're going to divide each side by 2,000, then we end up getting 5 over 2 is equal to 1.06 to the t power. Now in this case, the base is not e, so we can just take any logarithm we want to. Then here we have log of 5 over 2 must be equal to log of 1.06 times t. Now this t can come to the front by the power rule. Then we get to realize that t is equal to log of 5 over 2 whole thing divided by log of 1.06. That would be our answer. So log of 5 over 2 entire quantity divided by log of 1.06. So the answer becomes 15.7. So we get to realize 15.7 years. So that means if you have to go for the question is not clear, we can rewrite this one as about 16 years old. Then we get to realize the investment will be at least $5,000. Now, next question here. Here we have, if you want to rewrite this one in logarithmic format, then what we end up getting is base is 2 log base of 2. For the value of y, its exponent will be equal to x. This will be our logarithmic format of writing the expression. So we end up getting choice 2. Not defined. Okay, logarithm can only take positive numbers. All three of them are positive, so therefore number 1 will be our answer. 0 cannot be part of its domain. Now, here we have, this basically means 1/2 has to go to as an exponent. So we have log of square root of n minus log of n to the 3rd power. For the same reason, it goes to the n. But the subtraction implies the division, so we end up getting log of square root of n over n cubed. So we end up getting choice number 4. Now here we have, once again, multiplication implies the addition. Log of a plus log of square root of b. Then here we have this one is equal to simply log of a, and plus the exponent here becomes 1/2, and bring it to the outside, then we get 1/2 log of b. And then we can replace this one with x, so we end up having x plus 1/2 y. That becomes our answer, which is choice number 4. Similar way here, log of x squared plus log of y minus log of square root of z. Now, when 2 comes out, then we have log of x, multiply that by 2, but y is same as it is, and minus exponent as a square root as an exponent becomes 1/2, which comes to the front. Then we are ready to substitute a, b, and c. So we have 2a plus b minus c over 2. Then we end up getting choice number 4 becomes our answer. Now here we have, once again, addition with the same base means log of base x of 4 times 9 becomes 36 is equal to 2. Then when you convert this one into exponential form, then we'll end up getting x squared is equal to 36. And here x has to be equal to 6. Now, one of the reasons why we are not writing down negative base here is that if it to be negative, then it would be quite chaotic expression. So therefore, we just simplifying this one into x equals 6. All right. In the same manner here, when we have subtraction, that means division. Now, but because of this 3 goes to the exponent of 3, then we will end up getting log of x is equal to log of a over b to the third power. And then third power only applies to b here. Therefore, x must be equal to a over b cubed, which is choice number 4. Here we have, so 4 to the third power is equal to x. When you convert this one into the exponential form, then obviously here now becomes x equals 64. Here we have 4 to the second power is equal to x. Then here, as of course, x becomes 16. Now, here we have 8 to the 2/3 power is equal to x plus 1. Now, a third power is simply the cube root. So we end up having cube root of 8, and then square is equal to x plus 1. And here we have this value is equal to 2, which becomes 2 squared, which simplifies into 4. Then x must be equal to 3. Now once again, notice that square root is applying x and y. Which one has 1/2 being applied to x and y? Which is, in fact, this one. Would be our answer. Subtraction implies the division, as you can see. Now log A, that means simply we have to log the other side also, then we end up getting log of pi r squared. Now notice square is only on r, not with pi, so this in fact becomes log of pi plus log of r squared. But as we mentioned earlier, log of pi stays as log of pi, and then 2 comes out, 2 log of r. Alright, then we end up getting choice number 2 becomes our answer. Now, here we have, when you combine them here, but once again, c only applies to v, so we end up getting log of v to the c power plus log of p. When you combine them together, we end up getting log of vc times p. Therefore, k would have been equal to this one, which is choice number 1. Here we have this one, we have to decompose that. Then q root becomes 1/3, so we have 1/3, but that's only affecting uh, value a, so we have 1/3 log of a, and then minus log of b, because that's the denominator. Alright, so in that case, our answer becomes choice number 1. Alright, we'll stop here for the part 1, and then we'll continue with part 2. Thank you.